Hey everyone, how's it going today? Coach Alvarez here, back at you with another episode of Coffee with Coach. Hope you're up doing well. Got the mind in the right place. If not, as always, let's put it in the right place. So today I'm going through my routine, and I want to share with you guys a video, some clips of Kobe Bryant that I was someone shared with me. One of my students, Louis, shared with me last week. Then I shared a little clip of that with my team privately in a little team page that we got. And then because I was listening to that video, another Kobe Bryant video came up, and I got more goodies. All right. So I want to share these goodies with you because I think it's important. This is going to hit home for like those people that really want it really bad and they really want to improve and get better in all areas of life. And then for the ones that are lazy and they don't really want to get good in all areas of life, it'll probably offend them or whatever, but it is what it is. So Kobe Bryant, he's talking about building an obsessive culture, okay? An obsessive culture. And he relates, or not relates, but he calls people, he used the term obsessives when he was referring to people. I'm listening to this interview. It's with Patrick Bet-David. That's the guy's name, Patrick Bet-David. And I want to say his Valuetainment was the YouTube channel. Anyways, he asked him a question because when Kobe retired, he got into, some other, business ventures and stuff like that. And he's asking him, and he's like, when you're going into business with someone, or you're looking to invest in a business or partnership in a business, what are you looking for? And he's like, I'm looking for people that are obsessive, people that are really, really trying to improve. Like, I want to know, are these people really there to improve this business or not? He goes, so I'll test people. I'll ask them certain questions. I'm looking for people that are really trying to be creative and really trying to take things to the next level. And he goes, that's what you need to like be at the top. You need to have obsessive people in your business or in your atmosphere, your surroundings, people that have just that crazy mindset of trying to improve. And a lot of people don't, and a lot of people do. And if you're really trying to improve and go places and really trying to get whatever goal achieved that you set forth for yourself, you have to be obsessive. And what I like about this is he kind of goes into this guy, Patrick Bet-David, that's interviewing him. He asked him, he goes, let's take it back. He goes, let's say we're friends from high school, or friends in high school, or we're cousins or family members of some sort. How are those relationships? And Kobe says, well, they suffer. They're naturally going to suffer because not everyone is like that. Not everyone is trying to be at the top. He goes, so, you are going to have, basically like a disconnect, a time where, you're just not going to hang out as much or be around them as much because you're going to a place that they don't want to go to, or they're not interested in going to. He said there's going to be some things lost in between. And he said during his career, there was a lot of players that took vacations, just to take vacations, just to do like just normal people stuff. So the guy's like, well, why didn't you do that? And he goes, well, I didn't want to, at the end of my career, have to look back and have any type of regret of like, man, what if I didn't take those vacations basically, and I would have practiced more? What if I would have stayed home and did X, Y, Z to improve my game or whatever? I didn't want to have those in the back of my mind. So I just didn't do those things. And he says, he goes, there was other players from other teams that would get together and they go on vacations or just had these friendships. And he goes, I just didn't have those. He goes, I just, he just wanted to be in the gym. He wanted to improve. He goes, man, I didn't have he was talking about how high he can jump. He goes, it wasn't the best, so I tried to improve that. He goes, I wasn't the quickest, so I tried to improve that. He goes, I didn't have the biggest hands, so I had to strengthen my hands so I could palm the ball right, like I wanted to, so I can control it like I want to. He goes, there's just so many things that I wanted to do that I didn't want to waste any time, basically, like doing stuff that wasn't productive going towards that goal. And there's another clip, another video, because I'm talking about two different videos right now. This is the one that I share with my team, where he's talking about he wanted to be around gym rats, meaning, and he goes into people that just want to be in the gym, that want to get better. And he goes, and if you didn't want to be, if I had to fight with you, is what the words that he used. If I had to fight with you to get you to the gym, then I didn't want to be around you. He said, because, if you want to be lazy, and he just kind of pointed, like, go over there. He goes, there's plenty other teams that will fit you, that will be the best for you, but this isn't it. Like, don't want you around me. Like, I don't want to be around people like that. And this is what he said also. He said, you're going to make me feel dumber. You're going to lower my level. And that stuff just hits home, because this is where I'm getting at with this, is like, I have people that come into my academy all the time. I'm not at Costco or at Sam's. I use this analogy all the time. You walk in, well, I don't think Costco has anymore, but Sam's does. Like, you go into Sam's and someone's at the, when you're leaving, they're trying to sell you something, some windows, some siding, whatever. I don't know. I even think they got like they got a cell phone booth, and they're trying to get you to switch your carriers or whatever. They're bothering you, okay? Someone knocks on your door right now. I'm looking at my front yard, and they're trying to sell you an alarm system. They're trying to sell you something, and they're so good at what they do, and they're bugging you, and so you give them your name and phone number and email, and then they calling you, and then maybe you finally buy something because you just want them to just leave you alone. Well, that's not what I do. Okay, I don't solicit like other people's students or just students in general. Like, I'll put an ad out there, or I'll do my social media stuff. And if you are looking to get in better shape, get more discipline, whatever it is that you're trying to do, you'll come across my academy at some point, and then you'll come in. So you're coming to me because something in your life has changed. Your mindset has changed. You want to improve in some type of area in your life. And you took the first step of either calling or just coming in, and now we're there, okay? And I'm always talking to people about, like, what are their goals? I want to know why people are there. Why are you here? Like, how'd you end up here? Like, what was the switch, like, that made you say, you know what, today's the day I'm going to this place and I'm going to go and do it? Because I bring this up because also yesterday I had quite a few new students, a handful of new students that came in last night. One was a student I haven't seen in a long, long time. He used to train me when he was a kid, then teenager, and then he wrestled in high school, and then he's 22 now, okay? I haven't seen him in a long, long time. He's like, man, I've been thinking about this coming back for like a year, right? And I was like, well, what made you come in today? Like, why today? Like, you've been thinking about it for all this time. What was it today? And he's like, man, I was at work, and I just told myself, man, I'm thinking about jiu-jitsu too much. I'm just gonna go. Regardless of how I feel, I'm just gonna go. And he showed up, and he was obviously not in the best of shape anymore, but he really enjoyed the workout afterwards. He's sweating. We're talking after the mat, talking on the mat afterwards. Then I had a nephew, and one of his friends came in. You're always having these conversations like, oh man, like, yeah, I want to try that, man. I've been thinking about that. Or I'm gonna come in, and sometimes you just kind of shake your head. Yeah, okay, yeah, cool. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you don't believe it until you see it. Until they're actually on your mat, then you will believe it. And then last night, those two individuals that just the day before were telling me they were coming in, they were all hyped up, you're emotional, like you're in the moment, like, yeah, I'm gonna do it. They actually showed up last night. They enjoyed the workout. One got a couple cramps, one was really tired. I'm pretty sure they're kind of sore today, but they really enjoyed. They got a good sweat in last night. It was like hot in there. It was like a lot of people, good vibes, and they got a good workout. It was good. And then there was two other people in there as well. And so it was all the same thing. Like something switched, like inside mentally was like, you know what, I need to get in better shape, or I need to, whatever, and they'll show up. And then this is where the obsessive culture thing comes in at, right? Because not everyone has that. Well, that's our school. That's my academy. I'm built that way. I've been like this for as long as I can remember. Actually, with the student that actually was my student for a while and then took time off because he wrestled and stuff like that, and then came back last night. We were talking, and I'm like, well, I wrestled in high school myself. And he's like, really? I didn't know that. And I'm like, yeah, I wrestled. That's how I got started in this thing. And I told him wrestling pretty much set the foundation for me for all this. Because when I wrestled in high school, you're 15, 16 years old. I started kind of late. But I just love the work ethic that wrestling practice gave me, and how hard we had to work at things to like, I just loved it. I have been playing sports my entire life, baseball, basketball, those kind of things. But when it came to the wrestling, man, it was harder. Like, like other sports or team sports, you're working with other players, and no one's like trying to they're trying to beat you as a team, but they're not trying to really beat you individually. And in wrestling, it was like one-on-one, and it was grueling, and it was hard. And for whatever reason, I enjoyed that. I like that. I still like that. So that obsessiveness of like trying to just improve and get better has always been there. So that's the culture in my school. And that gets a bad rap from the lazy people, from the people that don't really want to work that hard. Like they kind of want to get in shape. They kind of want to get better. They kind of want to improve their jiu-jitsu game or improve whatever area it is. Then when they come to a place like mine and you got to actually do some real work, okay? Well, I don't know if I want it that bad. This is a cult. This is what some people refer to my gym. Well, that's a cult in there. Yeah, it's a cult of people that are trying to like get after it, that are trying to achieve some things. And it's always going to have friction with the people that don't, the people that are lazy, the kind of want it people. Okay, it's simple. And you can put that in anything. You're always going to have someone in your space, in whatever space that you're at, that's really getting after it. Hopefully that's you. And someone comes along and they want to eat up your time, waste your time, tell you all these things they're going to do. And then when it's time to do it, it's like, I don't really want to do that like that. I don't really want to work that hard. I thought it was going to be easier. No, nothing worthwhile is going to be easy. It's going to be some work. It's going to take some, in our case, some real, sweat equity, and sometimes some blood, and sometimes tears, you know what I mean? Because of just how hard you're working and whatever. And it's just the way it is. But that's how you go places. That's how you get better. That's how you really improve. And you want that, what Kobe talks here, I'm relating to this and I'm feeling this on a high level, because he's like, obsessives. I want obsessives in my business. Well, I want obsessives in my mat area. Okay, like what he was talking about earlier, gym rats. In our case, mat rats. Like, I want people that want to be there, and when they are there, they want to work and actually improve. Because when you're surrounded with people like that in any space, if you're feeling lazy, you're feeling not, whatever, you don't have much time to sit there and think about those other things, because everyone's getting after it. So you have to get after it too. But if you're in that other space, the non-obsessive space, the lazy space, the kind of wanted space, they're talking, they're hanging out, they're not really training, they don't want to hurt your feelings, they don't really want to tap you out, they want to have mimosas and hang out and have happy hour on Friday, or Sunday brunch or whatever, and they feel like they're going to offend you in some kind of way by tapping you out, so they might not be your friends after that. Okay, those places, they're just hangout places. They're just social clubs. It's just a place to just go and kick it somewhere. But for those individuals that really, really want to get good, that really want to be around people that are going to help them have that mindset, that obsessive culture of just improving, wanting to win in life, is what I'm getting from Kobe, and what I'm getting at. What I want from my students, The people that come into my doors are people that I want people that just really want to win just at life. I'm not talking tournaments. We can put that in tournament perspective. If you do sign for a tournament, you should want to win. You shouldn't want to just do it just to do it. And I've had students do that before. Obviously, that didn't work out too well for them. But like people that really, really just don't want to lose in life. And there's a lot of people that do want to lose in life. Like they do. They have self-inflicted wounds on a daily basis or on a weekend basis. Like they just want to they just don't want a winning lifestyle because of their choices that they make. And then you have the other people that are around me that I have quite a few of these obsessive people in my mat. Like I'm not talking people that because it's kind of unrealistic to expect people to train every day. You know, they got families, they got jobs, they got this and that, but they're supposed to be there 2 to 3 times a week, or some of them even more so. And there's some people that they're like clockwork. Like if they're not there, I'm thinking they got sick or something happened to them and I need to call and check on them. Or the other ones, they're not there, they're just not there, and I really don't need to call and check on them like the other ones, because I just know they're just being lazy. I just know they're at home, they're watching TV, they're you know, doing a date night when they shouldn't have a date night. They've already had a date night and now it's time to be jiu-jitsu night, and now it's like they changed their mind. They're playing video games. You know, just pick something to give you an excuse to not come in and do the work for something that you signed up for, that I didn't go solicit you for. You came to me and said, hey, these are my goals, X, Y, and Z. I'm trying to get better in life in these areas. And now when it's time to do that, you don't want to do it, you know? And so it's hard. It's hard because it's like, as a coach like me, that's an obsessive coach that wants people to improve, wants to be around people that want to improve. It's like fighting people, like Kobe saying, man, I shouldn't have to fight with you to get you to the gym. And I do that on a daily basis, like text messages, Facebook posts in my team page of like, hey, where you at? Milk carton posts, like emails, like, hey, you haven't been to class in 7 days. You haven't been to class in 14 days. You haven't been to class in 21 days. Then you'll get a text message, hey, you haven't been to class in 28 days. And then after that, they start to just kind of taper off, because it's like, look, man, if I got to like text you this many times and try to get you in there this many times, obviously, like Kobe says, I'm fighting with you to do something that you said you wanted to do, because you came into the school and signed up, saw the schedule, said, yeah, I can do that. I can train on these days. And then when it's time to do it, you don't do it. You know, it's tough. It's tough. You know, I'm hoping people can change and get out of that lazy mindset and get it to more of the obsessive culture mindset. But that obsessive culture, it offends a lot of people, because so many people are like, oh, that's too much. Like you're overdoing it. How is trying to win at life and be good at everything you do, whether it's your finances, your health, your jiu-jitsu, your job, relationships that you have with people, like whatever, like why wouldn't you want all those to be great? So there's so many things to be obsessive about. And especially if you walk into a place and sign up, you know, you should do it. When we were actually talking in the locker room yesterday, and one of the guys, for some reason, we were talking about like how people sign up for jiu-jitsu classes, pay for it every month, and then don't show up. And then we were also talking about people like at Planet Fitness, like it's $10 a month or $20 a month, or Crunch Fitness. And there was like, these guys were telling me kind of like the promotions with Crunch Fitness. And I guess one of the guys was saying, like the business model behind that was like, it's so cheap that the whole goal with them is to get as many people as they can to sign up for that, because it's so cheap that they're not going to come anyways. And they're going to have this massive billing, even though it's really, really cheap. And a lot of places are a lot more expensive, because they have way more people paying a cheaper price that aren't going to come in and work out, and they're not going to come in and sign the whatever notice they need to, hey, like stop charging my credit card thing, or hey, I want to quit, I fulfilled my agreement, or whatever. They're making all this money off of people like that. And that's sad. Like that's horrible. That's horrible. You're making money, but they're allowing those people to, or those people are allowing businesses like that to make that kind of money, because they're just lazy. Like they just don't want to do the work. They had a goal, and they really weren't serious about it. They're not obsessive about it. And so, you know, those companies are making like a lot of money off of those people. So, um, yeah, obsessive culture, being obsessive, you know, what like was Kobe, like that should be the mindset. You should want people like that. You should be like that. You should want people around you like that. I know I do. I lose people around me like that. Actually, when he says, you know, your relationships will suffer, and you know, I can relate to that because of the way I am. Um, a lot of people don't want to be like that. You know, I want good health. I want to be good in jujitsu. Like I want to have like a lot of good things, and a lot of people don't. You know, I'm trying to work for like you know, like life is always going to be hard, but point being, like I don't want it to make things harder for myself. Like I don't want to add things on top of it, like just doing silly stuff, right? Or make, you know, just being lazy and then just not doing things that are supposed to get done. And then now it just gets really bad. So you want to have a mindset of obsessive, and I see it on Instagram all the time. Like I see, or Facebook, like people are talking bad about people like that, like it's wrong or it's a bad thing. Well, I'm on the opposite end of that spectrum. I think it's bad and it's a wrong thing to be lazy, to let your health go, to let your finances go, to let your relationships go, to let your jiu-jitsu go, to let your car go, and not like maintenance and take care of it right, to not take care of your front yards and let it be like grass be knee high and full of weeds. And I think that's horrible. So you can be on whatever side you want to be on, but I think it's obviously better to be on the obsessive culture side, because with that type of mindset, you're going to just be winning in all kind of areas. So the other way is just, I see too many people in the other side of that spectrum where it's like, yeah, they got so much work to do because they just let things go. So obsessive culture, that's what you want. That's what you should want. I think that's what we all should be trying to strive for. There's always room for improvement. No one's perfect, but you can actually like shoot for that. You can actually go for that and try to achieve that. And even if you miss things, which you're going to be so much further along in your life and areas and be so much better than just kind of sitting around and not doing nothing, man, or just letting yourself go. So obsessive culture, yeah. So if you come across this video and you ever want to improve and be around people that are getting after it, our place is the place to be. If you are not that kind of person, don't come in, because you're going to quit and it ain't going to work out for you, and I'm going to call you out and hold you accountable, and that's going to offend you, and you're going to quit anyways. So it's just not a good fit. So this is just kind of one of those things where it's like I'm trying to weed those people out and get those people to not come into my school, and get the other ones to come in and stay, so that we can build this culture of winning in life and like everything. And because you need that, you need those people around you. All right, so I'm gonna leave it there. I gotta get some deadlifts in and some dips and some other things in before class starts. All right, guys, have a great day. We'll see you.